We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Set. 180.
On first down, it's Stafford. And his first pass is incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but it's going to be second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Though certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that's complete to Jesse James. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
First down, Lions. The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Throwing again on second down. Stafford, he finds his man Johnson. They'll wind up with 7 on the dump-off, but it'll set up 3rd down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Four down. Check.
This is Kenyon Drake, the 4th-year man from Alabama. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Well, for these two franchises, the Lions and the Cardinals, it all began back on a Sunday in October of 1930 when the Chicago Cardinals visited Portsmouth, Ohio to play a scoreless game against the hometown Portsmouth Spartans in front of 6,500 fans. 4 years later, the Portsmouth Spartans would move to Detroit. But anyways, 90 seasons later, after some rebranding, a couple relocations, one of the oldest rivalries in the NFL still lives on. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Throwing now is Murray. There's the first NFL grab for Andy Isabella. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Murray now. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Kirk, 36 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Ready. Blue 60. Double right. Hey, 22. 58, Mike. Hey, Alpha.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Murray. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Christian Kirk with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Lady.
Throwing on 3rd down. Stafford dumping it off for Johnson. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, on is the punter, Colby Wadman. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. This is taken at the 23. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, an update from there. It's the Chargers out to an early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Touchdown, Cardinals! DeAndre Hopkins, 69 yards. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 21-0 our score after 1. Now on 2nd and 13. Stafford, and he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. On the return is Peterson. A big-time return there, 40 yards. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Going to throw deep for the... He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. DeAndre Hopkins. Already his 2nd touchdown here this opening weekend. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. Now a hit and a loose football. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Hakeem Butler with his first career touchdown in his first career game as his guys continue to pour it on. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
On 1st down, Johnson. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stafford. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Alert! Any weapon? Give me radar. It's now 2nd and 10.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Stafford. He completes it to Jones. The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Murray now to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Well, that's a familiar connection right there. Christian Kirk was in the same class as Kyler Murray at Texas A&M. They played together as freshmen before Murray transferred. Kirk, though, he stayed in College Station, had a great 3-year career before being drafted 47th overall in 2018. Was having a solid rookie campaign last year, but then broke his foot in Week 13 and was shut down the rest of the way. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. To throw, it's Murray. He dumps it off to Drake. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Screenplay, Johnson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. They'll run on first down. Johnson. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. From the 50, Stafford. Rolling to his left. And he finds Danny Amendola. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Let's see what you got. Monday. 48 to Mike. Hey.
To throw again on second down. Stafford under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Stafford. And he'll find Golladay. That's complete. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense.
Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella with his first career touchdown in his first career game as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. It's caught. Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Tackle made there by Buda Baker. From just shy of midfield, Stafford, Corey Peters slipping in and getting the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll run with Drake. He's going to have the first down past the 20. And finally taken down to the 25-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Throwing on first down is Murray. And a little floater there is incomplete. The intended receiver there, Kenyon Drake. And that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella, already his 2nd touchdown here this opening weekend, as his guys continue to pour it on. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Stafford delivers this to Hockenson. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Throwing again at Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down. On first down, it's Johnson. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at their 49-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford throwing deep for... This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field.
Slant, 6-6, pull it high. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Big 20.
Now Stafford. And it's caught. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And it's for pride now, but the Lions do get a bit closer. Prater for the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost... And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Watch the slant. Let's go.
To try again after the sack. Murray. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down.
A gain of 24 yards. It's now third down.
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got Fitzgerald. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona. Murray now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Murray gets this one to Isabella. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there at 22. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Flush to his right. They still can't get it. And he whips that one incomplete there. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Murray with a 3rd and long. Completes it to Fitzgerald. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On 4th down, here's Zane Gonzalez for the Cardinal field goal. And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray, 35 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line. They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson. And that'll make it 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Jones has it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 34-yard line. On first down, it's Johnson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hawkinson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 22 yards there, a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They go play action here on first down. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. On 2nd down, Johnson at a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Matt Prater to kick off for Detroit.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Arizona, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.